Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second hour. Looks like we are getting closer to figuring the video feed out. Technical difficulties persist, but what are you going to do? You got to just struggle on and fix it, right? That's how we do it. One more thing to do, and we are good. All right, so today is the 7th day of August, 2013, and what have we learned so far? We have learned that while we let MDs be in charge of our health care, we're not taken care of with our health. Our diseases are managed. MDs, bless their hearts, do not practice health care. They practice disease management. So under their tutelage, under their guidance, our health is managed. It's not fixed. So as years go by, we get sicker and sicker and worse, and then the treatments are worse than the things that we've got. But the MDs sleep very soundly at night because they're intellectually cowardly. They're unwilling. They are unwilling to take responsibility, to stand up, to do anything outside of the box at all. To even question their own therapeutics is like, what are you talking about? The earth is round. Everybody knows the earth is flat. For goodness sake, ladies and gentlemen. It's like it's like letting the inmates run the crazy house, right? That's exactly what's happened here, and this is why the single best thing that you can do for your health is to fire your medical doctor now. And I am as serious as a heart attack when I say that. Fire your medical doctor now. Join Longevity instead, and let us show you the light of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Going to go to Washington now and talk to Jacob. Hey, Jacob, thanks for the phone call. Are you in Washington State or Washington, D.C.?
Washington State.
Washington State. Well, here's what I want to say to you, Jacob. I'm listening.
Well, I've actually had problems over the years with pulling muscles. I play a lot of sports, and I've been taking the Longevity products since January. I feel great, but I still get on the field. I do my stretches. I do everything that you're supposed to do, but I keep pulling muscles, and it's all my legs. Arm strength came back from taking the products. Do you have any ideas what could be causing that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not rocket science, right? So the deal here is that we want to provide your muscles with more support because you're pulling the muscle, right? Mm-hmm. So the muscle, the ligament, the tendon, and the bone, interestingly enough, is more or less the same tissue, just different densities of the same tissue, kind of like, water can exist as a liquid, as water, as steam, or as ice, right? Very different forms, but it's the same stuff when you, drill it right down to the fundamental basics. So the muscles here are a weak link in your chain for whatever reason. God only knows why the muscles are the weak link in your chain, but they appear to be, right? So what we need to do is just give your muscles more nutritional support. And muscles, of course, are made out of protein. And so when we're attempting to support and promote the structure and function of muscle tissue, muscle fiber, then we do amino acids, because proteins are made from amino acids. That's all that a protein is. I don't care what kind of protein it is, if it's a fish protein, a chicken protein, a peanut protein. A protein is a long chain of amino acids, and it's the stomach's job to chop up the bonds between the amino acids, liberating the amino acids. Well, Longevity has gone one step further than that, and we have an amino acid supplement. It's already digested out. It's just stacked amino acids that your muscles can then use in order to support and promote their structure and function. The name of that product is HGH Youth Complex. HGH Youth Complex. Don't worry, it's got nothing to do with human growth hormone. I think it's a stupid name. I don't know why they named it that. Everybody gets all up in arms. Oh, Dr. Glidden, you're recommending human growth hormone. No, I'm not. It's just the name given to that product by the manufacturer. I don't know why. Probably to sell more, right? But the product, nonetheless, HGH Youth Complex, I believe it's a Super Life product. Anyway, it's in the Longevity catalog. And nobody knows the dosage of that. It's impossible to overdose that. Well, I mean, that's not true. I mean, you probably have 500 bottles a day and you'd overdose, right? But inside of reason of 1 bottle or 2 bottles a month should be a good thing to do. And the next thing is to do ligament and tendon support, right? Ligament and tendon support. Now that we've got the muscle tissue handled, we want to give ligaments and tendons more support, and we do that with the glucogel. Now, when it comes to glucogel, you have two options. You can do the glucogel capsules. The recommendation there for optimal support is 1 cap per 10 pounds of body weight per day. So if you're 180 pounds, 180 divided by 10, that's 18. You need 18 caps a day of the glucogel capsules. That's, 6 with breakfast, 6 with lunch, 6 with dinner. You can also do the liquid glucogel, and if you go that route, the recommendation would be liquid glucogel plus. That's the most recent product, the glucogel plus in a liquid form. And that dosage is recommended at 1 bottle per 50 pounds of body weight per day. So, if you're 180 pounds, we'd bump that up to 200, and you do 4 bottles a month, 4 bottles of glucogel plus liquid a month. If you mess around with the HGH Youth Complex and more glucogel, you're going to support and promote your ligaments, tendons, and muscles, and then that should eliminate the problem. But all of this, right, begs the question, Jacob. It begs the question: have you eliminated the 10 bad foods? Have you gone that far yet?
Absolutely, yeah, I did. I've eliminated that probably about 4 or 5 months ago. You can't eliminate all of it, but most of it at least.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So let's have a conversation here about that. How old are you? And when you eliminated those foods, did you notice a difference? What was that like for you, and how did it make you feel?
I'm 40 years old, and I feel great. My body weight's down. I've slimmed out, and just feel amazing. The transformation's great. I had heart palpitations, they're gone. I had eczema, it's mostly gone. It just feels amazing.
Yeah, it's a remarkable transition, isn't it? And just imagine, right, what would have happened had you not gotten a clue about what we're up to, right? Because all of the stuff that was bothering you before you found us were results of chronic consumption of all the wrong food and not enough nutrients, and that is just like a train headed over a cliff. Might not get to the cliff for 5, 10, 15, or 20 years, but it's going to go over the cliff, because nutritional deficiency diseases and diseases which are driven by pro-inflammatory foods get worse. They don't get better. They get worse. They don't get better. So, you were looking at a lifetime of more and more and more pain and suffering. You've nipped that in the bud. And now we just have to tweak around with, strengthening the muscle, man, and that's a good thing. Now, about 6 weeks ago, I was in France on vacation, and I'd been gluten-free, I think, really strict for 3.5, 4 years. And I caved when I was in France because we were invited to a guy's house. We were guests at this guy's house. He put out this big spread of lunch for us. And when the French eat lunch, man, it's like a 5-course deal, right? And every single course he served had French bread. So it was the first time in probably 4 years, let's say 3.5 years, be conservative, that I've had any gluten whatsoever. I had 3 pieces of French bread. And for the next week, I was in the bathroom every hour. I felt like I had the flu. It hit me hard. It hit me bad. Have you had any similar experience? Have you fallen off of the wagon with pizza or with bagels or anything? And what's your experience been when you've done that?
Very, very rarely, but when I do, yeah, you just feel horrible. I'm tired. Your stool's not regular. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It definitely is not a good thing.
Yeah, and right, it's not. And you feel a noticeable difference. The longer, and believe me, man, the longer you're on the good food train, when you fall off of it, you get hammered. You get pummeled and hammered because your body really responds to the good stuff, and it really, really responds to the bad stuff as you go down the road. What about your friends, man? What about your friends? Has it been easy or difficult to get your friends turned on to this the same way that you did?
It's been a little more difficult than I anticipated, but all of my clients that have done financial strategies with me before, they just love it, and they enjoy it, and they're all getting better. So it's just a matter of getting the word out there, and once you get the word out there, it's going to spread like wildfire, but you got to get that word out there.
Well, you know, the old parable, right? The sower had good seed, and some fell on rocky ground, some the bird got, some got choked by the weeds, right? It's no different with humans. This is it. We have to show it to a number of people in order to get one person just to listen. So keep up the good work, Jacob. As it turns out, you are the last best hope your community members, your family members, your business members have to live a long and healthy and, dare I say it out loud, wealthy life. Keep up the good work. I'm very proud of what's happening out there in Washington State, man. Very, very proud indeed. Keep it up, buddy. Your community depends upon you. This is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we've been driven to, right? We have been driven to forming a grassroots coalition of the informed. This is it. This is how we're going to change the world. It's not going to be with doctor's office visits. It's not going to be with more regulation for naturopathic medicine. It's not going to be for more naturopathic doctors or more naturopathic medical schools. It's going to be right here, right now, today for you to take this bull by the horns, to join our cause, to become a Youngevity member. Join Youngevity, become a Youngevity member, and join our merry band of men, women, and children all around the world who are showing Dr. Wallach's message and the naturopathic message of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified, easy health recovery protocols to anybody who wants to listen. You don't have to wait for naturopathy to become licensed and regulated in your town. You don't have to wait for your insurance company to cover naturopathic medicine. All you need to do is join Youngevity now. Give us a call, for goodness sake. 855-347-3696 is the number to call for more information about the health opportunity or the wealth opportunity. Let me give it to you one more time. 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. We're going to talk to Dixie from Dallas when we come back. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Don't even think about touching that dial. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here. You're a steadfast advocate for health, helping you to understand the stuff to do, the right stuff to do, to support and promote your body's ability to fix itself. And, you know, you can go on the Internet now and find 1,000 different strategies to help you recover from high blood pressure, but the only ones that are delivered by licensed and regulated naturopathic physicians, the doctors in the world who are trained in this, is us. So, again, if you had won the lottery and bought a $200,000 Corvette, and you're driving it around for 6 months and it starts to make a funny noise in the engine, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to bring it to your next-door neighbor who's read a book on the internal combustion engine, or are you going to bring it to a certified Corvette specialist? Well, you're probably going to do the latter. Well, when you're up against a health concern, what are you going to do? Well, you would be advised to go to the experts. And in the wonderful undiscovered country of licensed and regulated naturopathic medicine, the undisputed king of naturopathy, my colleague, mentor, and friend, the founder of the Youngevity Company, Dr. Joel Wallach, is no naturopathic physician. There's no conventional physician. There's no researcher who's done more boots on the ground, old-fashioned, pragmatic research than Dr. Wallach. His research publication, 26,000 autopsies, 10 million blood chemistries and histopathologies, $25 million of federally funded research is in the Smithsonian Institution. There's no other doctor that's done that. And then has followed that up with 30-plus years of clinical experience. There's nobody that's done that. And this is why Dr. Wallach's therapeutics produce such remarkable results. And you're hearing the testimonials every day now on this radio. Every day. Why? Because you give the body the stuff it needs, stop eating food that's coming up the works, get the heck out of the way, and 9 times out of 10, guess what? The body fixes itself. Let's see what's going on with Dixie now down in Dallas. Hey, Dixie. What's going on, girl? You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. Great to hear your voice. My daughter, Lily, got stung by a hornet last night, and her little wrist is swollen and red, you know, and she's got a low-grade temperature. I gave her some, and we've been on Youngevity for, I don't know, about 7 months, and it's just been awesome.
Great.
So I gave her some Apis ISA?
Apis mellifica, homeopathic Apis mellifica. That was smart. Was it in the 30C strength or the 200C?
The 30C.
Okay. How many pellets did you give her, and how frequently?
Yeah, so far, and I don't know why I didn't think of it yesterday, but so far she's gotten 6 today. A total of 6, and
Yeah, you're giving her two at a whack, right?
Yeah, no, the first time I gave her 3, and the second time another one came out, and she got that too, so she had 4. So actually she's had 7 now that I think about it.
Okay, and has there been any demonstrable change or not?
She's very sleepy. I also put some Pascalite clay on it. Like
that was a smart idea. Well, you can put more clay on it. That's a very good idea. Clay is a very good therapeutic for a topical. Did you get the little stinger out? Did you get the hornet stinger out?
You know, she wouldn't. I'm not sure. And now that it's swollen, I can't quite tell. But it's red around it. Well, no, it's not red. It's definitely pink.
How about ice? Have you done any ice to it?
Yep. We've been icing it all along, and that helps it feel better.
Okay.
Yeah.
And has she told you or not whether it feels like it's a throbbing pain, or has she been able to communicate at all to you what it feels like?
No, she doesn't say that it's throbbing. She hasn't said that it's throbbing. We actually even tried to go roller skating this morning, and then I think she fell on it or put some pressure on it, and that just took all the steam out of her, and then she wanted to go home.
Okay.
So that probably wasn't a good idea.
Well, you know, retrospect makes wise men and women of us all, right? So with the acute application of homeopathic medicine, which the Apis mellifica is, with the acute application of homeopathic medicine, you expect specific and measurable, remarkable change within 12 hours. If you didn't get specific and measurable, remarkable change, it's the incorrect homeopathic medicine, and this is the deal with homeopathy. You have to hit the bullseye each and every time, or it just doesn't work. The next thing to try would be homeopathic Glidden, L like Larry, E, D like David, U-M, Glidden, homeopathic Glidden. Give her 2 pellets every 2 hours, 2 pellets every 2 hours of the 30C strength homeopathic Glidden. Do that 6 times for a total of 12 doses. See if that makes a difference. Give me a call back with a report, Dixie from Dallas. Thank you for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, 866-582-9933. That's the number to call to speak to me live. So what are you waiting for? Dr. Peter Glidden here. Stick around. Love that music, ladies and gentlemen. I just like to keep it playing for as long as I can. Welcome back. Dr. Peter Glidden here, reminding you that only you can prevent allopathic reductionism. I'm going to go to Florida now and talk to Chris. Hey, Chris, thanks for calling. You are live.
Hello, thank you, Dr. Glidden. I wanted to first thank you all for the PowerPoint that you have on YouTube about gluten intolerance. That really just helped crystallize everything for me. I've recently got gluten.
Yeah, great, man. You're welcome. I appreciate the positive strokes there. And, you know, that's one of my skill sets, and, I'm going to ring my own bell here, if I may. One of my strengths is being able to take complicated biochemical nonsense and drill it down for people, because really it all boils down to fundamental things that aren't that complicated. Medical doctors try to complicate everything so that they can make themselves look superior to everybody, and it's nonsense. So, it's really interesting, isn't it, when you just have it drilled right down and there it is in easy to understand terms. It's like, holy crap. Why wasn't I taught this in school, right? I appreciate it, and I'm going to give my online subscription service a pitch here for just 10 seconds. On my website, ladies and gentlemen, fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com, I have available an online health recovery subscription service that you can subscribe to for $20 a month. $20 a month, canceled any time. If you sign up for a whole year, we give you 2 months free. If you sign up for a whole year, we give you 2 months free. You have access as a subscriber to 80-plus hours, over 80 hours of webinars, pre-recorded webinars that I've done on everything from soup to nuts. We've done webinars on high blood pressure, on fibromyalgia, on Lyme disease, on how to absorb your nutrients, on everything you can think of. And we roll more stuff out every week. Tomorrow night we're doing a webinar on liver health. but it's available for subscribers only. We do live webinars twice a week, live health webinars twice a week. We have live chats twice a week. These are available for subscribers also. So check it out. If I do say so myself, this information is really good. It's really concise. And, you know, just like Chris from Florida says, it's really easy to understand. And it's like, holy crap, why wasn't I taught this stuff in school? Check it out, folks. FireYourMDNow.com. Click on the online health recovery subscription service, and life is good. Now, enough about me, Chris. Why are you calling? And by the way, thanks for the call. How can I help?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm calling about my fiance. About 6 to 8 months ago, she stopped taking her birth control, and she hasn't had a monthly cycle. It's been about 8 months. Do
you remember what birth control med it was? Was it Yaz?
I know it wasn't Yaz. It wasn't Yaz or Ocella or anything.
Okay. All right. So the first thing she needs to do is she needs to do a little Google search and see if there are any problems with that particular birth control meds. Because birth control medicines are ripe with lawsuits and troubles downstream. And, you know, that this is why every 6 months, it seems, they roll out a new birth control medicine. Well, why do they do that? Because the previous one killed people or it hurt people. There were lawsuits against it, so they had to stop it, right? So knowledge is power. Where there's smoke, there's fire. The first thing to consider when someone has trouble post a prescriptive agent, it had something to do with the prescriptive agent. So both you and her want to research that and look to see if there was anything up with that, right? Number one. Number two, how old is your fiancé, and what's her current body weight?
I turned 22, and she's about 130.
Okay. All right. And does she have any other health issues, you know, like high blood pressure or fibromyalgia or anxiety and panic attacks or anything at all, or is she pretty good?
No, that's the thing. You know, she's as healthy as a horse. She's recently, past month, quit the 10 bad foods.
Great.
And I tried putting her on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine for a few months, and, you know, to no avail.
Well, okay, so this brings up a good point. So, you know, you're halfway there, man. You're halfway there. We just have to tweak this and dial it in a little bit more, right? You know, for instance, if I was, I don't know, what would be a good metaphor here? You know, let's say I have a hot air balloon, all right? And I'm a hot air balloon enthusiast, and I want to take a ride in my hot air balloon. All right? So, you know, I got to unfurl the thing. I got to set it out on the field. I got to turn on the gas. I got to hook it up, and I got to fill the balloon with hot air. Right? I got to do that, or, you know, nothing. It's not going to work. I have to fill the balloon with the air that's lighter than the air that's around it. And that's all well and good, but I also need to cut the ropes that are holding the balloon to the ground. If I don't cut the ropes, I don't care how much air I put in the balloon, I'm going to be stuck there and I'm not going to go anywhere. So it's the same with your wife here. There's a couple more things she needs to dial in here in order to make it fly. And if she does it all, then it should make it fly, because I got to tell you something. If all the plumbing is intact, the human reproductive system is extremely it's filled with vital force, and it wants to fix itself. The human reproductive tract wants to fix itself. It has a very high degree of fixability here. And so I don't really foresee any trouble, you know, since there hasn't been any physical trauma, and she still has both ovaries and uterus, I'm assuming, right? So what we do here, right, she's about 130 pounds. She would need not just the Beyond Tangy, but she would need the whole Healthy Start Pack. She needs one Healthy Start Pack. And I would give her the Healthy Start Pack 2.0 because it's the newest stuff and it's better than the old one. I'd give her the Healthy Pack 2.0. At 120 pounds, I'd also give her 3 bottles of selenium a month. 3 bottles of selenium a month. And the secret sauce here would be the HGH Youth Complex. Give her 1 bottle of HGH Youth Complex a month. And, you know, continue the discipline with Eliminate the 10 Bad Foods. And encourage her, please, to eat a diet that's high in cholesterol, eggs and butter and chicken skin and rare hamburger and rare red meat. They just go cholesterol crazy because all of her sex hormones, all of your sex hormones, all of my sex hormones, all of our stress hormones are made from cholesterol. So when we're trying to stabilize hormonal function in the human body and optimize hormonal function, we need to give it the raw materials. And what are the raw materials? The amino acids from the HGH youth complex and cholesterol from the diet. Once we have those two things dialed in, the only other thing that we need to do, well, is the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for body weight. And when we do that, plus stop eating 10 bad foods, I would anticipate that within 90 days, she's going to start to get a menstrual cycle again. Now, this, if there was a problem which was set off because of a drug, then that's another situation. And it might take 6 or 9 months to get on the other side of that, right? So remember, this is a holistic program, and into the bargain here, as she's cleaning up her diet and taking the nutritional supplements and increasing her consumption of cholesterol, she doesn't just want to pay attention to what the heck happens to the menstrual cycle, although that's our goal here, is to get that to come back normally. But also, what happens to her mood and her energy and her sleep and her stamina and digestion and everything else. So if within 90 days of doing the full boat program here, cutting the ropes and filling the balloon with the air, she should experience something noticeable, measurable, and positive. And if she does, which undeniably she will, then she just has to maintain the discipline here and give her body time to fix it. Usually that's all that's necessary here is give the body more time. But don't overlook the obvious. Research the drug that she was on and see what's up with that. Sound like a plan, Chris?
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Do I have time for one more question?
You betcha. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I quit taking gluten. I obviously have a gluten intolerance. I have asthma, eczema, and all of the above. But I'm currently living with my parents still. So, and we have animals in the house. I mean, how vital is it that they quit taking gluten?
Well, it all depends. It's extremely necessary because our position here is that this is not an allergy; it's an intolerance, and it's just a bad food. I mean, it's kind of like putting unleaded fuel in a diesel engine. It's going to run like crap. It's going to run, but it's going to run like crap. So from our point of view, everybody and their brother and their mother and everybody needs to stop eating gluten and would benefit from it. But, like the fella said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Now, Dr. Wallach recorded a new CD about 3 months ago. It's called Serial Killer. It's called Serial Killer. You can get that CD and have your folks listen to it, maybe because he's in their same age bracket, right? He's in their same generation. So maybe if they hear it from Wallach, rather than, Dr. Glidden, they're going to be more likely to listen to it, right? So that's one thing that you can try to do, to try to educate them the way that, you educated yourself with my video. So that's an option for you. And, everybody needs to stop eating this stuff. And don't let's not overlook the obvious. From our point of view, asthma is rooted in an essential fatty acid deficiency. So you may find benefit from taking extra EFAs for a couple of months until the asthma settles down in order to support and promote the structure and function of your lungs. The EFA Plus would be advised here. 1 or even 2 extra bottles of EFA Plus a month for a couple of months should go a long way to help you get on the other side of the asthmatic condition by supporting and promoting the function of your lungs. Check it out. Best of luck. And, remember, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I think Dr. Wallach's CD is a good thing for you here, Chris from Florida. I appreciate the phone call, appreciate the positive words, and I appreciate your dedication to science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Going to go to Montana now and talk to Carla. Hey, Carla. Thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi.
Carla, come on in. Are you there, Carla?
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Glidden.
How are you, Carla? What's going on?
What's going on? I have a daughter with cystic fibrosis.
Ouch.
Yeah, and I was wondering what you would recommend for her.
How much does she weigh?
She weighs 20 pounds. She's 11 months.
Okay, so 20 pounds at 11 months. The recommendation here would be the Healthy Start Pack and selenium, appropriate for her body weight. The Healthy Start Pack and selenium, appropriate for body weight. Now, we're coming up against a hard break here, Carla, from Montana. Stick with me, and at the top of the very next segment, I'll explain to you the appropriate dosages here. Remember, Dr. Wallach's research uncovered the startling fact that cystic fibrosis is caused by a nutrient deficiency in the blood of the pregnant mother. So it's your obstetrician's fault that this child was born with cystic fibrosis. So as we're helping her, we also need to help you. Stick around. I'll show you how we're going to dial that in with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with you, finishing up our August 7th, 2013 broadcast. We are talking to Carla from Montana. Hey, Carla, are you still with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, Carla. So here's the recommendation for the daughter to support and promote the structure and function of her body. Are you ready?
Yes.
The Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 peach-flavored powder. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 peach-flavored powder. I'd like you to give her a quarter of a scoop 2 times a day. And I want you to put that in about 8 ounces of water each time. A quarter of a scoop 2 times a day in 8 ounces of water each time. A quarter of a scoop 2 times a day in 8 ounces or more of water each time. The white liquid calcium, the Osteo FX Plus, 1 teaspoon 2 times a day. 1 teaspoon 2 times a day. 1 teaspoon of the white liquid calcium 2 times a day. The EFA Plus, which is the fish oil capsules, I want her to have 1 of those a day, 1 fish oil capsule a day. And, you know, some kids, they like to pop those in their mouth and chew on them, and they pop in their mouth and they think that that's great. Then they chew up the capsule and they swallow it. If that is not going to work for her, then you can pierce the capsule with a pin, squeeze the oil out into a spoon or put it on some food. I want her to have the contents of 1 EFA capsule every day, 1 EFA a day. The selenium is next. The ultimate selenium is next. The recommendation there, 1 capsule 2 times a day. 1 capsule 2 times a day of the ultimate selenium. If she cannot swallow a capsule, then you can break the capsule apart and dump the selenium powder out. Mix it with water, or that might not taste that great. Put it in a little bit of applesauce. Do something to hide it and get it down that way. Applesauce is probably the best idea here. And last but not least, I'd like her to get some cherry mints, the cherry-flavored plant minerals. Cherry mints, 1 teaspoon twice a day. 1 teaspoon of the cherry mints twice a day. So what you would need to purchase would be 1 Healthy Start Pack 2.0, 1 Healthy Start Pack 2.0, 1 bottle of selenium, and 1 bottle of cherry mints. 1 Healthy Start Pack 2.0, 1 bottle of the ultimate selenium, and 1 bottle of the cherry mints, and that should last 3 months. So that's what I want to do for her. And as her weight increases, we can up the ante with the dosage. So, you know, in 4 weeks from now, call me back. Tell me how much she weighs. Tell me how she's doing, and I'll modify the dosage. And I would love to hear from you on a regular basis to see how your daughter's doing, because our experience of children who have cystic fibrosis is when they're on our program from birth or, you know, early in their lives, their system optimizes itself to a great degree. I mean, I would love to track this child for the next, 100 years. No kidding. This could be one for the record books, but we have to start somewhere, and this is it with the nutritional supplements. And number 2, she and you and your husband and everyone in your family needs to stop eating the 10 bad foods. Those have to go. You have to eliminate the 10 bad foods immediately. And for you, of course, the recommendation would be the Healthy Start Pack, 1 Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 Healthy Start Pack 2.0, I think, is the best, per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. That's a good recipe for you. That's a good recipe for her. And there's nothing else to do except, give the body time and see how far it bounces back. Does that sound like a plan, Carla from Montana?
It sure does.
All right. I'll look forward to hearing back from you. Now give it a try, and if you have any complications at all, give us a try. Oh, by the way, putting the Beyond Tangy Tangerine solution into some water and making a popsicle out of it, that's a great way to get the child to do it. You can do the same thing with the white liquid calcium. You can do the same thing with Cherry Mints. However you can get the stuff into her, be creative, get the stuff into her and into you as well. You're going to love how you feel. Call us back frequently with an update, Carla from Montana. Todd from Missouri, sorry we couldn't get to you today. I'll look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Or, sign up for the subscription service. And you can see me tomorrow morning in a live chat. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, ladies and gentlemen, reminding you that only you can prevent allopathic reductionism. Please visit my website and sign up for longevity. Let me change your life.